Hey, everybody, guess what? We are here this afternoon. We have a great story for you. Don't go anywhere. We're here with Dr. Reed Wright, and she's from the National Museum of African American Music Museum that just opened in downtown Nashville. It's only open limited times right now. But thanks for joining us this afternoon. I feel like we're in a winter wonderland.
Yes, yeah. And this is new for me. I mean, I've been here for a while, but I'm from Florida originally, so it's quite cold
Okay,
for
so is this
me.
your first like snow event?
I was here in 2000, what, 16
16,
when there
yes.
was, yeah, and this is my second real snowstorm since moving here. So
Okay, okay, so you
yeah.
had a little bit of experience because that was pretty good little snow, but this one has been back to back, so this was a
Yeah.
little different. Yeah.
hmm
Well, thanks for joining us. Oh, the museum, like I said, just opened. Right now, we just mentioned it's open limited hours. Tell us about what you do for the museum because you have to me, a very interesting, I love what you do, and very important role.
I am the collections manager, register, and archivist at the museum. My job is to work with the curators and with collecting artifacts, managing artifacts in the galleries. So basically, if they ask me, do we have something in there? Most of the things I know off the top of my head, and I help with acquisition of artifacts.
Wow. Wow. How did you get into doing something like that? That's so
Oh,
interesting.
well, honestly, I moved up here from Florida to finish my PhD at MTSU in public history. And during that time there, I started as an intern at NAMAM, the National Museum of African American Music. And I just stayed. And one day they asked me if I wanted to be collections manager, and I said yes. And I just took on the role from there and been there ever since. And I finished my PhD while I was there. And then, I got married while I was there, and I stayed here in Tennessee. And I love my job and what I do, and that I've been able to be with the museum. So from intern to now, about 5 years.
Wow. So I know this museum, I think people don't understand. It's been in the works for quite a while.
Yes,
Construction
it
took a little
has.
bit longer than everyone expected. But tell me how it's so important for us in Nashville to have a museum like this.
I think it's important because it helps create another narrative in the history of music and African Americans and influence in music. And it's important because, Nashville is known as country music, but, African Americans have contributed greatly to country music. And
Absolutely.
it's helping us establish a place in downtown Nashville and just as a way to carry on that narrative of the influence of national influence of African Americans in music and in music landscape.
Yes. Tell me about, so responsible for some of the curating. Tell me what was one important item that you really thought we had to have here in Nashville.
I would say Ella Fitzgerald items. We got a donation of Ella Fitzgerald Grammy
Oh,
and a
wow.
coat from a fur coat, from the Ella Fitzgerald Foundation. That's in the museum as well. So I think that's really important to have there. And we're still in the process of collecting more items from female artists. And I think that's really important to have in the museum as well. Talk a lot about the contribution of Black female artists to the music and the landscape of music as well.
Yeah. Were you surprised about any of the donations or things you received to place in the museum?
Um, Not so much surprised. I was happy. And there've been some that I had to go and personally get myself. Um, I've been surprised about people who donated, though, how just laid back they were. We've had some donors who, like Kurt Whalum, he has a saxophone. And he just showed up one day at the office after he called one of our contacts. He goes, I'm going to drop this off to you, but I'm on my way to another concert. Here you go. I barely had time to get him to sign the deed of gift, which is
Wow.
pretty neat. And then I'm originally from Tallahassee, and George Clinton from Parliament Funkadelic, he moved there. And I was home during Thanksgiving, and one of our senior storyline committee members called me and asked me, could I just drive out to his house and pick up the cape and wig and some other items from him. And of course, like, I know where that is. I live there. And so I drove out to his house and I picked that up. His manager is really nice. I knew where it was. And we talked about, just living around Tallahassee, out in the country, middle of nowhere. So that was pretty cool as well.
Wow. So you actually got to go to his house. That's so interesting. Have you
Well, to people,
had
I got to go to like the foyer of his house, not inside. Yes.
Okay, let's get it straight. You weren't having dinner, but you did get to visit, right?
Yes.
Tell me what people can expect when they come to visit the museum. I heard that you're going to be trying to change things out. It will be different um, exhibits throughout the year.
Yes. One of the things that people can expect, the first experience they can expect from our going to our museum, coming to visit, is a really good interactive experience where they get to dive deeper and learn more about the history and African American influence of music. There are a lot of artifacts. There is a lot of content. But they also have a lot of fun interactives. One of my fave is Sing with the Choir interactive that Dr. Bobby Jones helped us create. You go into the room and he leads you through a song, a call and response song, a happy day. And at the end of it, he asks you to clap and sing along and it records you. And then you get to see yourself, superimposed with the choir.
Oh, wow.
And when you come to the museum, you get our FID bracelets and you are able to save that experience and it'll email to you.
Wow.
We have a few other experiences interactive like that throughout the museum that not only they're fun, but they're teaching you about how music is made and how different genres within music work. And we also have a way to create your own playlist. And at the end of your visit, if you save it on your bracelet, it's emailed to you as well. So we want to give visitors something to take away where they can dig deeper and learn more and find out more about music they like and who influenced the artists they like and who the artists they like influence as well. In terms of changing, we do have a feature gallery. It's not complete yet, but it will be soon. And we're working on what will go in there now. And hopefully by the end of this year, we'll have our first temporary exhibit set up in that gallery. We also have lobby cases that will be changing out every 3 to 6 months with different artifacts from donors who want to loan artifacts for a certain amount of time. And so that will be changing as well. Our main gallery, most of the artifacts in there, they'll be there for a while, but we will change them out every now and then as needed. So you will be seeing something different every time you come, I think. And also you'll learn something new every time you experience the museum.
Yeah. For the month of February, it's Black History Month. Is there any special events happening at the museum this month?
We have a few things going on online with, because before we opened, we were all about being a museum without walls because we didn't have our space. So there's a lot of things we're partnering with digitally online. If you want to learn more about the events that are upcoming, just go to our website and follow us on all social media at The Name. Inside the museum right now, though, we're not having anything big because of COVID and restrictions. So we're not having a lot of public programming on site right now, but we hope to have some things happening in March. Most of our events right now are online. So if you want to find out more about those, you can go to the Name website.
Okay. Yeah, we'll check that out. And you and I were just talking. You can become a member, which is so fascinating. You can do that at a lot of other places, but you guys are offering that as well. Tell us about that.
Yes, membership. If you go to our website and click on membership, there are different levels of membership. I actually have a family membership from my family, which is $100 and it's a year. You also have senior and student and other different tiers of membership as well. Instead of paying every time they go back to the museum, like I said, you're going to want to come back. A lot of responses we have got from visitors so far is there's so much that I need to go back again. So instead of paying, the $25 to come back every time, you should get a membership. And you get to keep your bracelet and reuse it when you come back as well, or you can get a new one if you feel like it.
I love that. All right, you have an event coming up in Franklin with the Williamson County Heritage Foundation. You're going to be doing you're the first speaker of this year.
So, yeah.
Tell us about that, because you can follow up with and listen again on next Thursday, the 25th at 6 p.m. Tell us a little bit about what's going to happen there.
I am going to talk more about our museum and exhibits. Just a more of a broad overview of what to expect when you come through the museum. Play a walkthrough video for everyone who is tuned in, and also talk about how we are building our collection. Because my topic is harmony and collection, and one of the things we've been talking about within our department is how to collect nationally while not forgetting about collecting for Nashville and the community as well, and how we're going to balance that and do that. One of the things I have to say in terms of our collecting practices is we're not just collecting from famous artists. It's not going to be Hall of Fame where we just have things from famous artists. We want to collect the culture that is representative of African American music and influence. For example, in Crossroads Gallery, we have a vintage lantern, suitcase, and road maps that represent the Great Migration. And that ties back into how blues music migrated from the South to the West, to the North, to the Midwest. So we're focusing on objects like that, as well as bigger objects from art. Like we would like other objects from more famous artists as well, but we want the broader picture as well, and and they have to be representative of our storyline as well.
I love that. Everybody gets a chance to be represented. Hey, I'm so glad you took time out to talk to us this afternoon and learn more about that. You guys, please go visit us. You told me right now you're only open on the weekends. Hopefully in March, you're going to
Yes.
be able to open up some more days.
Yes, I would check our website. Right now it says that we are going to be open in March. Tickets for March are now on sale and available. They are time slot tickets. One, so we can keep track of how many people are in the museum because of COVID restrictions, and as well to make sure everyone is having a really good time and it's not too crowded. So you have to buy a time ticket because there's also a introductory video that starts before you start walking through the museum as well. But they're on sale for March right now if you go to our website.
All right, you guys go check it out. It's a beautiful building. I can't wait to come visit.
Yes, it is. It's a really beautiful building. Lots to do. Try all interactives, even the dance interactive, which we call the workout. It's just 7 minutes of different dance moves throughout the decades, which is really fun though. Yeah.
So when you're in the office and when you're down there, you can like go get a quick workout in, huh?
Yeah, you just go down there and get a quick workout, in the dance studio. So it's really fun.
I love that. All right. Hey, thanks again. You guys, please go check it out. She's going to give a whole lot more detail with the Heritage Foundation next Thursday, February 25th at 6 p.m. Thank you.
Yes. All right. Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.